We ask our listeners what needs to be put into place at the theme parks to make them comfortable visiting after reopening, and we discuss the initial Orange County mandates being put in place. You're listening to episode 401 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. First one after 400. That's usually what 401 is. Sorry. I think lockdown's getting to me.
I was waiting for someone to make that comment.
Yeah, a bit stir crazy. So as you can hear, I've got Lee with me.
Hello, everyone.
And I've got Darren.
What's up, Internet?
And I've got Chris.
Hey, what's up?
How is everybody?
Good.
You know.
Tired.
Yes.
Darren broke lockdown to move house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's allowed, but here we are.
Well, it was that or living on the streets.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
that's better.
Yeah.
So,
Less rent.
very
Yes.
true. But less roof over your head.
Very true. Yeah.
So, all right, let's crack on because I think this is going to be an interesting show.
We've got a lot to get to, actually, considering there's no news, really.
Right, let's start with Producers Club birthdays. And guess what? There's a belated one. Oh, listen to that. Nobody's
Shocking.
surprised.
I'm not even sure how I missed it, I'll be honest.
I've heard that before.
Yeah. So this is for Andrew Aitken's other half, Nikki Farrell, whose birthday it was on May the 1st. Happy birthday, Nikki.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nikki.
And then this week's, as far as we know, we have two. We have the lovely Brittany Dwinell's birthday on the 6th of May. Happy birthday, Brittany.
Happy birthday.
Woohoo.
Happy birthday.
Brittany is keeping herself busy doing the awesome models that she does, and she is currently doing
phenomenal.
the horror makeup show, and it's awesome.
Yes. I am
Yeah.
so impressed.
Yeah, that's some high skill level there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Expert mode.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then 2 days later, on the 8th of May, it is the lovely, I'm going to butcher your name, I am very, very sorry, Jean-Michel Lemoyne. It is your birthday
Lemoyne.
anyway. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So I hope you have lovely days.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a bad time to have your birthday while you're stuck inside, but
Can't be helped.
Or
no.
maybe it's awesome.
Maybe.
You
Maybe.
hate having people around for your birthday, and you're like,
Yep.
this year I don't even have to make excuses.
I suppose
so
there is that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't have to get dressed
That's
up. You
me.
can stay in your pajamas.
I don't like
I'm not
parties.
giving away too much about myself.
Exactly. Right. Okay. Moving on. We asked the Producers Club to send in what 3 things they would like to see put in place at Universal Orlando to make them comfortable visiting the parks.
Yeah, this was Chris's idea, actually.
Yes, it was. So we're going to play them and then we are going to discuss them. And we're going to start with Chuck Schaller.
Hey, gang at UUOP. This is Chuck. You asked for 3 things that would make me feel comfortable with going back to the park. And they're pretty basic. I think everybody needs to wear a mask. I think that there definitely needs to be a screening of team members. And I also think that there needs to be virtual lines. That's going to be the easiest way to help prevent this, but it's going to be one heck of a task for Universal to solve this. Well, thanks, guys, and can't wait to hear your thoughts on when we're going to reopen.
Masks is a no-brainer. I'll be wearing a mask regardless from now on.
Though that does get interesting when you get into extra events like Horror Nights.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the one thing is like I've always had like a big restriction on no guests wearing masks,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of thing. But
Well,
that's
it's
the
a
only-
health thing.
Yeah, but people are going to have to. Maybe there'll be like no decorated masks or something like
Maybe.
that. But even at this point, people have the masks that they have. So
Well, if they're going to specify no decorated masks, then they're going to have to provide plain ones.
true.
It might be a case of when you get there's, like a hygiene station where you get masks, hand sanitizer, stuff like that. I don't know.
Or get rid of the buttons and start giving out masks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
annual pass holders.
I mean,
Yeah.
one with AP.
So you have to
process.
be an annual pass holder to not get COVID. All the other plebs don't get masks. So it's up to you. You take your life in your own
Being
hands.
The
Disney-
rate of capacity, they're going to have to because,
Yeah.
not that many people going in.
The Disney store already has masks
Yeah.
available now.
I was
Really?
going to say, yeah, and think of the marketing.
Oh, without a doubt.
But also, because you can get like the inserts for the filter inserts as well. You could have like Minion themed ones that smell of bananas.
Oh,
The virtual lines.
Finnegan's themed ones.
The virtual
Smell
lines.
slops.
like Jameson and
Yeah.
vomit. Mm.
Jameson and vomit. Lee, this was never going to stay on track.
It's the virtual lines thing I
Yeah.
find interesting because, yes, you're keeping people out of the lines, but you're pushing
where are
them
they
out
going?
into the park. And I had this conversation with someone recently that the whole point of virtual lines was to push people out of lines and into shops and restaurants, but you're now not wanting people in shops and restaurants because you're trying to reduce the amount of people that are in enclosed spaces. So where are those people going to be?
Yeah.
It still takes them out of that line, right? So the way I look at it, I look at a queue. You got this really narrow hallway, right? And so you're not trying to put as many people in there. Even with virtual lines, express pass, whatever you want to call it, there's still going to be a point where there's going to be congregated people in a small confined area. And that's just kind of I think a risk at some point that people are just going to be like, I'm okay with accepting that small risk there, as opposed to being an hour in line doing that.
Yeah.
And with your reduced capacity,
But
I think that gives you a little more space on the streets in other places, so where you're not having to crowd around other people.
but it doesn't necessarily reduce your risk all that much.
No, I agree.
No, it
to
doesn't.
do that, it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
But it's not enough to do that. It's crazy to like cater to people's like mental, like well-being or whatever, and not their
it's like a placebo.
physical well-being at the same time.
And
Yes.
I mean, if the lines were outside, that's different to being inside because you've got airflow, natural airflow. Whereas inside you've got aircon, which you all know my feelings on the aircon. That's a big concern for me. But then
You're going to
It's
get
still-
people
it's still-
congregating around the entrance waiting for their virtual wait time to come
it's
up.
also
Yeah, exactly.
it's also the ride vehicles because some of them,
Anyway,
what you're going to end up with, one person per ride vehicle.
whoop! I'll have that.
Yeah. Well, this is sounding really nice. actually.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
And wait a second before I lose it. Birdie Bots every flavor filters.
I like it. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Or different smell with every breath.
Mm. Oh.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Because I'm sure we'll double back on a few of these through the course of this.
yeah, I'm sure. Let's move on to David Fuller's views.
Hey, Lee and the gang. This is Dave Fuller here with my two-part steps I'd like to see in order for me to return to Universal Orlando. Part one is I would like to make sure that whatever rules are in place, that they're enforced uniformly and fairly. Too often right now, we have those that follow the rules and those that don't. And so if the parks are going to be open, I'd like to make sure everybody understands and follows whatever those procedures are. And that is difficult when people are paying money on a vacation to come to your place. And it may require someone to have to be the bad cop at times. But until I knew that the rules were being followed by everyone that's there, I would want that to be in place. And secondly, for me to come back, I would like to at least have the majority of the park open. I understand not all the park can be open and that it may not be the same that it was before. But if 40 to 50% of the park is not operational at the time, then it's hard to justify the expense and trip to go and would be more inclined to wait until they're able to open more of the park up. Well, thanks for listening. That's my 2 bits for what COVID changes I would like to see made to the Universal Orlando Resort. Thanks.
I think
brings up-
Dave brings up a really good point there. You can
Yes.
bring all the rules you want,
Yep.
but if you don't have anybody enforcing them, none of those rules matter. So that's
Yeah.
a really, really good point.
Yeah.
And that's going to be tough. I do not want to be that team member that's having to do that job.
It might be they have to bring in outside security.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I even want them enforcing them on the employees, right? So
Yeah.
just saying this, 'cause I
Absolutely.
see it way too often. Wearing the mask below your nose isn't wearing the mask.
Yes.
Yeah,
It pisses me off so much.
Oh boy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Or like, oh, one person can wear the mask. Like if we're like 2 people hanging out, if one person's wearing a mask, it's fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the second one was
All of
quite
that.
interesting as well. It's something I was thinking about earlier. When the parks do reopen,
Which is anyone's
I
guess.
want to do a producers club roundtable and get
Uh-huh.
people on who visited the parks, because you're going to have people who are worried about visiting the parks because of
I'm one of
COVID,
them.
but
I'm
then you're going to
definitely one of
have people that are like, look, I know they're going to make it safe. What I'm concerned about is me going to the parks and it not being not being fully open.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the financial viability of it
Yeah.
for both the guest and the theme park.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you, like, operating at 25% capacity, but having to operate every ride in the park to make it worthwhile for the person to spend their money on the ticket?
Yeah.
And to spread the people out, because you're going to have to.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have enough to spread all these people out without any shows or anything else happening. Restaurants at reduced capacity and such. Like, how do you do it?
Exactly.
Everything.
It's
I agree.
just
like even like I'm sure there's a lot of costs that we don't even think of. You know, wear and tear to the actual rides, maintenance, all that stuff costs money.
I'm starting to think they're going to have to open backstage for extra capacity for maybe entrances into rides and stuff like that.
so kind of like
Or-
with Hagrid's, I suppose.
Yeah,
Maybe
or
start routing people that
or
way.
even start making like dining areas backstage at tables, but they're spaced out, and maybe it's going to be a case of it might cost you a little more, but you have to sit at the table and you order, and your meal is then brought to you from wherever. It might end up being something like that. We don't know. I mean, anything could happen here. But I do feel that backstage is going to have to be opened up because there's some extensive space out there,
That
and
makes
it
a lot
would,
of sense, actually.
you know, it's not going to be as pretty as in the parks, but if you're feeling a bit safer,
I don't know how many nerds
I
are
love
going to be
being
like, oh,
backstage.
exactly.
I don't care. I'd love to have a day exploring backstage, you know. But yeah, there's a lot of space back there, but you will get people who complain 'cause it's not in the park, you know.
Or people trying to take pictures and getting told off for it.
But people complain, regardless. Anyway, sorry, I went off piste.
No, I think it was pretty self-explanatory, you know, pretty obvious, and I think things that you're going to have to see put in place for definite.
People are going to have to be flexible. I think that's the biggest thing, because the employees and even the high-ups don't know how this is going to pan out.
Absolutely.
You know,
it's a learning experience for everybody.
Exactly.
And
things are, on paper are completely different in practice.
And that's it. Like, you think when they open attractions, they have team member previews to give them a sense of how it's going to work. You can't do that with this.
I mean, they could do things in the lines like block off the switchback, so it's not a true switchback. So, you know, pulse people going in and have markings. But, you know,
God, it's just a nightmare.
But yeah, whether people do it,
But,
language
yeah, that's
barriers, children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the issue, is just making sure that people are going to adhere to those rules.
yeah.
Okay.
We
so
shall
we
see.
ban children for a year. Got it.
Oh, I wouldn't be against that.
They are familiar with the purge as a scare zone.
Very true.
All crime against snotty children is legal.
I think before that goes any further, we'd better move on to Jeff Wright's clip.
Hey, UUOP, it's your friendly neighborhood Jeff Royce here. The top 3 things that would make me go back to the park, which is something I have been thinking about. But what I would like to see, I think definitely staff wearing masks and gloves, guests wearing masks and gloves, so mask and gloves all around. I think, to quote the Dread Pirate Roberts, masks are incredibly comfortable, and I think everyone will be wearing them in the future, which I definitely see a barrage of Universal-themed masks being sold at the park and out at City Walk, gloves as well. It's safe and as well a great marketing thing as well. I ended up getting a Spider-Man sleeve, as I posted on the page, for my mask. And it people like it. So, and it's comfortable, and it's got a respirator in it, so it works. So gloves and masks with the staff, gloves and masks with the guests. Definitely do temperatures as guests walk in. People are going to complain about it, but you know what? Too bad you don't want to do it. Don't come in. But they definitely got to do it back at the security check, not at the gates to the park. So pretty much anybody that comes into City Walk is safe, and they just got to wipe down all the rides, you know, the handlebars and things like that. But people are wearing gloves anyway, but just to be on the safe side, you know, people got to use their heads in a time of crisis and not whine and complain that their freedoms and liberties are being taken away. It's about safety, and who doesn't want to look like a superhero wearing a mask, rocking around Universal's Islands of Adventure? So that is all. Jeff Royd signing off. Hope everybody is well and healthy. See you at the parks.
Thank you, Jeff. Yes. So good so far.
Anybody going to comment on gloves?
Gloves.
I'm impartial to them. I mean, honestly, you don't need the gloves.
No, as long as your hands. The thing is, you still got to wash them and keep yourself clean anyway. So just wash your hands and let your hands breathe.
Yeah,
because
obviously, if you have
every
like
5 minutes,
a cut or something, then that's a different story. But
absolutely,
like any other time.
But that's his opinion.
Absolutely,
and it's nobody's right, nobody's wrong.
See, how viable is the temperature thing, and how accurate is it?
That's my concern. Is like,
Wait,
how
did he
does
mention
that?
temperature?
Yeah,
He did.
but he wanted it doing back at the security hub rather than the parks, which makes sense.
Oh,
Whatever
yeah.
they do,
But the
it's
thing-
got to be done back there.
Yeah, well, they could do a double check. They could have random checks as well during the day in the parks because people's temperatures. Come on, we've all
I'm
been
okay
there.
with the temperature checks. I
Yeah,
mean,
don't bother me.
it's like a little added extra.
Yeah, it's just a laser
in
gun
there,
in your
it's-
forehead.
Yeah.
Darren?
Yeah.
It doesn't really indicate whether or not you have the virus or
No.
anything
Because
like
Tracy,
that.
you've said it
100%.
before that you menopausal
Yeah.
women.
We don't get that hot, but yeah, it could just be a regular fever, which you don't need to be in the park
only reason
anyway.
why I'm
But
okay with these temperature checks is because I know of many people who will travel while being sick.
Mhm.
And I'm talking about like fever, flu, something like that, and they just need to go to their vacation. And so, hey, if maybe you're not catching a bunch of COVID, people, but if you can catch a couple people that have the flu with that,
Well,
I'm
true.
sure I'm fine with them not going to the park either.
Yeah, that's a good point.
that's it, because if somebody comes in with the flu and passes that around, that then leaves your immunity wide open to COVID
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And even
You
this
know.
discussion I've had, I hope they implement something like this for like planes.
Well, there
Like
was
traveling through planes, like forever.
Yeah.
I'm cool. Everybody gets sick when traveling on an airplane because there are those people that go out and they travel while being sick
Mm-hmm.
and they don't wear a mask. They don't do something to protect others.
Nope, and
Right,
they always
yeah.
pass it on to me.
I'm okay with this.
I'm the opposite, that I just don't think that is enough. I think it's
No.
like very superficial. I think, yeah, that's great. Like to block all that out. That's fine. But I don't think it's enough. And I think that you're still just sitting there wide open. And it's just like,
yeah.
I don't know how to equate it. Like,
But then,
I don't
Darren,
know.
if they implemented that amongst a load of other things, it's a double defense. I
It's like a
suppose you could
layer.
look at
It's
it
just
that way.
layers.
Yeah.
I will be honest, I'm expecting, as part of international travel, when and if it restarts, that we all have to be tested and we will get a certificate of immunity
I was
or
gonna say
something.
authenticity.
Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I'm
Yes.
kind of expecting that we all have to be, say, 48 hours before we travel, we have to be swabbed or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
but it's
I
so-
have no
I
problem
don't
with
know.
anything like that.
It's so superficial at
I
this
know.
point.
I know
Like,
what you're saying. Yeah, but if it's
Yeah.
We
added
don't
in-
even know if getting it makes you immune.
Yeah. That study has to come out first.
Yesterday, they were saying that they don't think you can get it a second time, but think.
again, there's
Not
not
sure.
enough. Anyway,
No, it's conjecture. It's
And
all
then
early
there's
days.
the girl that's been testing positive for 6 weeks in Germany. It's just like,
Apparently, their tests are only something like 60%
accurate.
accurate. They've got the worst test kits apparently going.
Anyway,
But I'm only reading what
Great
the news is
value
telling
ones.
me.
the savers,
So Walmart
the
specials.
savers ones. Yeah.
It's just a cotton bud. Anyway, let's move on and hear from Maureen Deal.
Hi, y'all. This is Maureen Deal. And my top 3 things that would make me comfortable visiting the parks on reopening. I'm not sure when I would go back because I have underlying health issues. But if there was an effective vaccine in place, that would make me feel very comfortable with that, and that people were getting the vaccines. Also, if I could feel confident in that theme parks were diligent with their cleaning and sanitizing to help reduce the spread of the germs, that would make me feel more confident and comfortable. And also, if the parks limited the number of guests that can enter the park and that can be on each attraction or even in the queues, like they could have places to stand marked off like they do in the grocery stores now with tape. I think that would help me mentally be more confident of going to the parks. But again, I'm not sure when I would go. I'm pretty sure I would not go back to the parks after they immediately open. I might wait a month or two to see how things go. And those are my ideas. Thank you.
Cool.
Again, I think, things that I think they have to put in place for the most part, like diligently cleaning. Like Darren mentioned a couple of weeks ago, that's the thing that's going to be difficult because it's not just where you sat and it's not just where you've put your hands. It's potentially anywhere you've breathed, coughed, sneezed.
Yeah, even if you have a mask rule, you're going to have to assume that people aren't following it while the ride is in place, like in operation, because they won't.
Yeah.
Or they just pull it down on the ride.
Yeah, that'll be the time when they adjust stuff and anyways.
And also people need to not rely on the park staff to be doing the cleaning. They need to keep themselves clean as well and keep up their own hygiene. And people they get overexcited and forget, especially children.
On one of the, I was listening to a recent podcast that just basically covers daily statistics and all that kind of stuff. And they were talking about this chemical that they are testing. It was for New York initially for public transportation, where it was a coating that they could apply to surfaces that would last for an extended period of time, like weeks, if not months. That would basically cleans itself, right? If you rub against it, this coating is an antimicrobial type thing that stays on there for a while. And I know they're looking heavily into that because they want to apply something like that to all public transportation. But if something like that does come to fruition, that would be something I think would be awesome to add to all the rides, right?
That's interesting.
Seats, dash, everything.
But imagine the cost of having to do that on everything.
Oh, hey.
If the cost, if we don't do that, and if you promote that in your park, I think that would jack up your attendance.
Yeah,
you got to see what the cost benefit is on that.
Yes,
it's better than having lawsuits where people can prove that they've caught it in your park, because there will be people who will be able to
probably.
Who's willing to be the first one to have like that big outbreak happen in their park and have that like tied to their name.
Yeah.
I mean, the talks are probably going on, but nobody wants to be the first park to open. But they need to be the first. They need to be and don't want to. If that makes sense.
Fun spots like I volunteer as
tribute. We didn't want to
tribute.
close.
Well, from what I'm hearing, Disney have put a hard open on June 1st. So let's see. They're allowing people to book fast passes. Trips are being booked for that time. So we will see.
We will indeed. Okay. Right. It is the turn of Michelle Fletcher next. Familiar name.
Hey guys, it's Michelle from Mouse Muggle Travel Company, just bringing you my 3 things that I think would make me feel more comfortable going back to the parks amongst this, craziness with the pandemic. So the first thing I think is going to be face masks mandatory, not just with guests, but with team members, employees, anybody who's going to be in that environment should be wearing a face mask. I hate to say that because I really don't like face masks. They gross me out. That probably makes me weird, but I don't like breathing my own recycled air. It's just ick. I don't like the humidity and I don't know. I just don't like it. I'm weird. I know. But I think it is a necessary evil in this circumstance. It's not a fail-safe, but it definitely helps a lot. So I think that's my number 1. Number 2 would be requiring some type of a physical indicator of social distancing in the lines, as far as some type of marker on the ground showing the 6 feet apart rule. I think that families, of course, could stay together, but strangers need to stay apart. And I don't think people are going to kind of figure that out on their own without that visual reminder. So I think that needs to be implemented not only in the attraction queues, but also at restaurants, maybe even in bathrooms, because people line up to get into the bathrooms, at the hotels with checking in, anywhere where it's possible for people to congregate and queue. I think that there needs to be some type of a visual marking for that social distancing. And then the last thing, I don't know how practical this is, but I think it would help tremendously, and it would definitely make me feel better, is the best thing would be hand wash stations, those portable hand wash stations at the entrance of every attraction, and kind of requiring people to wash their hands before they enter. I know that would be a logistical nightmare. So at the very least, hand sanitizer stations at the entrance, and having a team member there requiring people to utilize the sanitizer prior to entering the show or the line for the ride or the restaurant, whatever it may be. I think wherever there's an entry, there needs to be some type of requirement for people to sanitize their hands. Again, I don't know how practical that is, but I think it would help tremendously, and I would not mind waiting in a line to have to do that prior to entering the actual ride itself. So those are my 3 things. Do with them what you will. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
I mean, that she makes a great point. Like, but if you're eradicating a massive potential for germs to be getting into your attractions if people are washing or sanitizing their hands prior to entering the building.
Yep.
But if they've already got it and they're coughing all over the place, then...
But then if they've got masks on, they should have masks on. You're washing your hands.
How do you eat when you're wearing a mask?
Well, as far as the attractions and stuff go...
Yeah.
Darren, you're never leaving your house again, are you?
Pretty much. I mean...
I'm the same,
He was
don't worry.
doing it before. Now he just has the excuse.
Yeah, not for unnecessary things, to be honest.
Yes, I know.
I'm sure we'll get into our stuff at the end, which is why I'm saving for most of that. I want to bum everybody out in the middle.
No, I think a lot of what Michelle there again makes it's got to be like the minimum of what they've got to do, really, isn't it? You would expect a lot of them to be in place.
It's just hard. I think just to comment on one of the things Michelle put there, which I agree with her completely about markings on the floors, right? Just we say these things and it's like, yeah, we want that. And then I think about it in practice. And like my local Publix, which has barely any people in there, they can't even follow that. So I think about it like in these giant groups of, people.
Yeah.
They're not going to follow any of this.
And that leads back to the security thing that we discussed earlier about having to have some sort of, like, other than just team members.
Armed guards. We need dementors.
Sniper towers.
Yeah.
Really making sure that, and if you don't, like, have a blank... Let's get there at the end.
One thing I will say...
Sanitation squad.
The amount of hand sanitizer, the sales of hand cream are going to go up as well because it really dries your skin out. But no, I was nodding through that.
Yeah.
Right, and now we're going to hear from Naomi Quibido.
My 3 changes that would make me feel more comfortable when Universal Orlando reopens are, number 1, more hand washing stations around the parks without having to go into a restroom. Number 2, lower park capacity, even though, yes, that will probably raise ticket prices. And number 3, and the biggest change that I would feel more comfortable with and feel that would make the most difference. Let me side note here and say I'm fully prepared to take some heat from this. I'm already giving it to myself. One of the things I love most about Universal Orlando is the lack of pre-planning and pre-booking that's necessary, which is in stark contrast to that other Orlando theme park that won't be named.
Thank you, Neil.
But this is definitely something I would only want them to implement temporarily. However, with that being said, I would personally feel more comfortable in queues if there were less people in them. And one way that they could provide that would be to have guests pre-schedule times for them to visit the attractions with the Express Pass and possibly even standby as well. I imagine they'll have to limit the amount of people who enter each building regardless, so crowd controlling using some type of pre-booking time system would just allow people to do more during their day at Universal Orlando.
Yeah. The hand washing stations without going into the bathroom is a great one.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Because you don't want people in, because the bathrooms for the most part in the parks aren't huge. So you're going to end up with massive lines of people waiting to get in. So
getting in and getting out, they're going to have the queues outside of the door.
So the same as kind of what Michelle said is having like those temporary hand washing stations about or sanitizer or whatever, some way of doing that.
Just don't make it those gross porta potty ones.
One of those saved my life. But we won't go into that.
Sorry about that.
As far as the virtual lines thing, I don't know how much difference it's going to make. Because like I say, those people waiting for their wait times are still going to be somewhere.
That has to be implemented somehow. It's going to be reduced capacity.
Yeah, but I mean, even in Volcano Bay, when you use the virtual queuing, you still have to wait another 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
When you get up to the top or to the front of the ride, you're waiting 20 minutes at least. So I mean, it takes you out of a longer line, but it doesn't like doing the virtual queuing doesn't really address the problem that you're trying to address, I think, which is not having that close encounters with a bunch of other peoples in a very small confined area. I mean, again, better than not having anything at all, but doesn't really do much in practice.
Boom. Temperature check, son.
Well, it seems something you said a couple of episodes ago, Chris, has sparked some conversation amongst the powers that would be over at Mouse and Muggle about water parks. And it seems there's a lot of people over there that kind of believe, after what you said, that Volcano Bay will probably be the last theme park at Universal Orlando Resort to reopen, and maybe for a long time.
Based on what we know about transmission and how this goes, it seems that like water transmission is very possible with this. So yeah. And on top of that, you're just sliding against all the other grimy surfaces that everyone else has.
You cannot clean those slides down after you can do it with a ride or an attraction. Bleach. You cannot do that in a water park.
Well, I don't know if water transmission is going to be an issue there, because you do have all these chemicals in there killing it, but there is a lot of misters and sprays and things that make liquid drops aerosolated, if that's a word. And it's going to be a lot more in the air than anything else. Like Darren mentioned, going down a slide. Like if I sneeze, I'm just giving a scenario, but if I sneeze while going down a slide, not even slide, the next person going through has to go through my mist. So
think about that for roller coasters too.
Yeah.
Yeah. See you guys in 2 years.
Yeah. If not longer. Delicious. Right, let's move on. And we're going to hear from Robin Woodmansey, another familiar name.
Hey everyone, it's Robin from Mouse Muggle Travel Company.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Here are my top 3 things that I think would make me feel more comfortable to go back to Universal. Number 1 would be face mask worn by all. As is common in most places, they seem to think that will help with the spread. So I think that would make me feel more comfortable for guests and cast members to wear face coverings.
Team members, Robin.
Number 2 would be hand sanitizers everywhere. So before rides and attractions, after them, by places to eat. I think that can really help out. And number 3 would be less touch points. So maybe not doing your finger touch point when you go into the park and anywhere else that you might have that. Can't wait to hear what everyone else's are. See you soon.
Yeah, touch points I completely agree with.
And that, I think we discussed it. I can't remember whether we did it on the podcast or whether it was just on the Zoom we had a couple of weeks ago. I said it was weird that your contactless payments aren't the same over here. You're still touching a keypad or you're signing something. That's going to have to get better.
The world needs to get rid of those touch points.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to just use my credit card and then use the pen that everybody else used to sign my receipt.
Yeah. I see things like Apple Pay and that sort of thing coming more and more into play.
Yes.
You know, because it's easier. I mean, my purse, I mean, it should have RFID stuff in it. I don't even have to take my card out of it. I can just wave my purse over and it'll pay.
The issue is, I don't know whether it's the same. Well, no, because you have to sign for it. Over here, for contactless, there's a limit on how much you can spend. And it was £30. I know we got a takeaway on Friday and they'd up theirs to $45. So obviously it's difficult if you go with a big group. So like for us, for example, when we went to Toothsome, it was like a $160 meal. Or it might have actually be even more, but I suppose you could do.
Break it down to payments.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. You're saying for not having a sign or for using...
For using contactless. Like if they still... Because obviously there's a fraud issue
well,
with
it. Might change though.
Yeah,
just
that's just a policy from the credit card companies.
Yeah,
they actually tried changing that before because they brought up the point that it doesn't matter whether you sign or don't sign. You can still fight that charge and get it taken off.
Okay.
So the signing doesn't even matter anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it's irrelevant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Yeah. And then the masks and hand washing.
Yeah.
So
standard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last one then. Right, and now we're going to hear from Todd Elsroth.
The top 3 things to make me comfortable that Universal would have to do upon reopening. Universal would have to simply open the parks, open the resorts, or an open City Walk. Those are the 3 things. I expect that in June. I'm not panicked or afraid of any health hazards because it'll be 100% cleaner than it was before. And if they do that, I'll book the military-rated Aventura, be on the first Delta flight into MCO, grab an Uber, drop my luggage, board a boat, and have my heart filled to the brim with excitement over a way of life that was almost lost. So for me, it's just simply to open the gates, call the employees back, and let's get it on. That's all I need to be comfortable with reopening. Brocat out.
Look, at the end of the day, Todd, I don't agree with you, I'll be honest. But if that's all you need, then fair enough.
No, that's exactly, as I said before, that's his opinion. That's his wish. And, honestly, I wish that I was that relaxed about it.
Yeah, and you're not.
I have high anxiety about it. So, but I do understand the sentiment. I understand that need to get back into the park.
I am desperate to get back into the parks, but even...
I'm scared. Scared is the word. I am scared of going back.
But even I need to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just hope that if you're okay with that, fine. If that's your perspective, that's your perspective. I just hope that if Universal wisely, I hope, puts other restrictions in place, much more than that, that you will follow all those restrictions and be respectful of that.
Yes. I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
If you have that kind of mentality and mindset. And if you do, then we're totally cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. As long as you still, whether you want it or not, and whether you believe it would make you comfortable or not, at least, stick to those rules. Yeah, that's fair enough.
You're not going to give the team members a hard time about having to enforce these policies because they're going to have to. And to do what the policy says as well.
Yeah. And let's face it, we are going to have, how to put it, waves of people going in. People who, like me, aren't going to be one of the first ones to rush in. What we need, I know it sounds awful, we need people to go in.
To see how it's going to work. Yeah, you do. You need those guinea pigs, and Universal know that as well.
It's just brought that up because I need to be able to then see how it all works and how the people going in are with it. So,
like I said, I want to do a show when we invite 4 people on who visited the parks within that first few weeks of opening, just so we can see how it's working from an actual boots on the ground point of view.
So to use another military term, he wants to be a pathfinder.
Yeah.
There we go.
So what about ourselves then? Go on, Darren, because I feel you've got a lot to say.
The Back to the Future hazmat edition.
Yes.
Darth Vader suit.
For everyone.
The nuclear science stuff.
But especially me. Yes. I don't know. It's going to be a while before, I feel like doing something unnecessary like this is a wise thing to do.
Yeah.
And that's just me and how I feel about it. But I think it goes more than politics and anything like that. It's just overall just safety and just being reasonable about this and seeing how things have gone in history. And it just seems weird. Yes, do your essential things and open up, essential businesses and things like that. But it just seems weird to me to do recreational things like this when they're not necessary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Until we know for sure that we can make sure that no one is going to get sick and die because of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as a theme park fan, I am desperate to get... I know one of the things that I have said so many times over all this is my worry about our trip in October, and I know it's irrelevant, and I know it's stupid, and I've said to many people many times, I feel selfish talking about it.
But that's your part of the world. That's your world. We all think locally over globally sometimes.
And I know when it comes down to it that come August 1st or June 31st, is there a 31st of June?
Yes.
Or the 30th?
July,
it is?
June, 30th of
July.
July.
Whatever the end of July is, that
31st.
we're going to have to sit down at some point and discuss that October trip, because that is when our final payment needs to be. And I know that's going to be a hard decision for both of us.
It will or it won't be. The decision may have already been made.
Well, that's very true.
Yeah.
And in a way, I kind of hope that decision is made for us, because then we're not going to go at it, basically.
Because I'm torn at the moment. I think I would be happy going to the parks as long as all these measures are put in place and that are being enforced. I will wear masks. I will wash my hands. I will do whatever. I'm kind of on the same page as Michelle at this point. I will do whatever it takes. I will do whatever they need me to do to go to those parks.
I just don't trust other people.
That's the problem.
That's the
I
issue.
don't trust other people.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, for me, I would love to go to the parks again. I'm not going to be one of those first couple waves going out there. I've even like contemplated in my mind about just going and hanging out in an open area in City Walk just to have that kind of, oh man, this is what it feels like again. But no, I wouldn't find myself inside of a queue to go to a ride or anything like that. And that's me with mask on and like I'm a clean freak. And it's going to be a little while until I can do that and feel comfortable, because I'll go there and I'll just have anxiety the entire time.
Yeah. See, before all of this, my standards were way high anyway. So, yeah, with all of this, I've just set myself up for failure.
It is going to be really interesting, though, to see how it all plays out. Like, looking at it, taking yourself out of the situation and just from a point of doing what we do as far as this podcast goes and looking at what's going to happen after this. It's fascinating to see how it's all going to play out.
Yeah.
Like,
and also, like, what will stick after?
Yeah. I think a lot of things will, to be honest. I think a lot of things that will get put in place, they'll realise that just on a day-to-day basis, that makes a lot of sense. We might as well carry on doing it.
What if it comes to the point where it's, you know what? Parks can never reopen.
No. No. What am I going to talk about? Oh, you do not want that to happen.
You'll be getting another bloody hobby. God. But some interesting views.
Yeah, seem to be like, what was it?
It's quite a broad...
Masks and hand washing seem to be the things that most people want put in place.
Yeah. And rules. People need rules.
And enforcing them.
Enforcement, yeah.
So snipers, see, that was something earlier when I said about the temperature taking. It's a laser thermometer. Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Double that up with a sniper rifle. Temperature's over a certain thing, pull the trigger. Job's sorted, job's done.
And they use the HHN chainsaw team to enforce it.
There you go.
Let's just hope out of all this, the one thing that Universal will do is get rid of the damn thumbprints in the front.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they have to, don't they?
That's kind of a... Yeah, that's a given.
And I just want to stress, I am joking about sniper rifles with lasers on them.
I wasn't.
Sharks with laser guns, that's fine. But no, you got to have some levity, haven't you? So, right, let's move on.
This is going to be a long show, by the way.
It is. Interesting. Interesting one, Chris. It would appear that the robots are taking over.
Right? Little spewing.
Yeah, spew for us, Chris.
Let me spew. I have a spew here from Alexa. I know that girl. Hi, UUOP. Being a pass holder for the past 3 years, we have come across several wonderful employees that go above and beyond. With that being said, I wanted to acknowledge Daniel from Buffalo, New York, the chef at Vivo, my boyfriend, Chris.
Did she send this in before you were part of the show? Because that seems very obvious. Like, this is my boyfriend, Chris.
Hang on.
I don't know why she'd have to add that in there. Like,
hang on.
I have to ask her.
Are you sure you're the only one? She might be very clever and just have lots of boyfriends all called Chris.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I got to talk to her.
Sorry, Alexa. I'm just giving your secret away.
So my boyfriend and I came to have a late dinner and saw the chef's table was open. We immediately sat down, as we've always been a tremendous fan of watching the chefs cook. Very true. We were greeted by Michael, our server, who was very polite and quickly got us started on bread. We didn't need to look at the menu as we had our hearts set on what we order already. Daniel noticed we were watching him make 5 plates at once. We were intrigued. He laughed that he enjoyed showing off and asked us if we chose to sit in that particular spot. We just casually chatted with him as he asked us what we loved at Vivo, etc. Shortly after, Daniel had surprised us with a mushroom saute. We sat there super excited as we chowed down on some bread, meatballs, and now the mushroom saute, which was fabulous. It was such a kind and simple gesture that made us so happy. We continued chatting about everything, life, work, favorite place to visit, etc. Shortly after receiving our main dish, which we were having the chicken Alfredo pasta, delicious as well, Daniel was making the squid ink pasta. Chris isn't a seafood fan. So he had mentioned to me, hey, next time we come, I said this.
Are you sure? Are you sure it was you?
Yeah, maybe. Or the other Chris. Who knows? Next time we come, you can get that. I know you've been dying to try it, And I swear, not even 5 minutes later, Daniel had a server bring me out a little taste tester of the pasta. I was shocked. Honestly, like I said prior, we have had a lot of wonderful experiences with Universal, but Daniel did not have to do any of these. They were simple, kind acts that truly made our experience 10x better. We love our Universal family, and now we are looking forward to the next time we come to Vivo. And yes, I did send an email to guest services.
Good girl.
Smiley face. Yeah.
Oh,
Just
that
on top of that,
awesome.
like this guy, we got into a long conversation. I think we sat at Vivo for like an hour and a half this time because we were just chatting. Super cool guy. And we went back to Vivo with the family, I don't know, maybe 6 months later or almost a year later, something like that. And every time we go to Vivo, now we just say hi to him. But this was the second time after that. We didn't sit at the chef's table, but I went to the bathroom. So we sat on the table near the front. I went to the bathroom. And as I'm passing by, he was there. And I was like, oh, hey, Daniel. And like he looked at me. He's like, oh, hey, how's it going? Whatever. Like not that random. I don't know you, but like, okay, cool. So we're sitting down there and like 10 minutes after we like order our food from the waitress, so he comes out and brings us like a giant charcuterie board.
Wow.
And just says, here you go, on the house. Enjoy, guys, with the family and everything.
Right.
Didn't ask him for a thing, like nothing. He just did it. Like it was so cool. It was awesome. I'm like, thank you.
So
And
nice.
you didn't have to do that, blah, 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 blah. And then the like the waitress came out. She goes, did you guys order this? I'm like, no, the chef brought it. He goes, yeah. Okay, no worries. I'm like, all right.
Now I know why Alexa pushes Vivo so much on me. She's like, you have to go to Vivo. It's amazing. You have to go. Now, because you get free all the time you go.
Next family dinner.
Want to go there?
Yes.
Yeah.
We do need to try it.
We do.
It's my fault we didn't go last time.
It's the only major restaurant in City Walk, like of the new ones, that we haven't been to. Yeah.
Actually, I think it was Jade's fault.
No, you said you weren't particularly interested in it.
There's no chips and sweet corn on the
but we
menu
could
for
have gone in
Earthweek.
October.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was awesome.
We are running out of the SPEWs, of course. So send us your stories of TMs that have gone above and beyond to podcast@uuopodcast.com. And like Alexa did, remember to CC Universal on those as well.
Yeah.
She remembered her info there, didn't she? What he was called, where he was from.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're weird like that.
Take a picture. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
They usually will not mind getting a picture taken or whatever. Yeah. And if they do, just be like, hey, this is just so I can tell guest services, and they'll definitely won't mind at that point.
Yeah.
Next time we go, she's going to do that after she hears this and post it up in the group.
Excellent.
Good.
Yeah. Actually, we should do that. A wall of fame.
Yeah. Whenever these bloody parks open again.
Yes. Yes. Right. While everybody digests that SPEW, we shall take a quick ad break.
Have you taken a stroll down Diagon Alley and visited Gringotts Bank? Taken a ride through New York with Jimmy Fallon? Visited the Truffler Trees in Zeus Landing or hung out with a real-life Transformer? No? Then what are you waiting for? At Universal Orlando Resort, there truly is an option for everyone. Or if you're leaning a little more towards pixie dust rather than ones and portions, Disney destinations around the globe await your arrival. No matter the adventure, our sponsors have you covered. Be sure to let the experts at Mouse Muggle Travel Company take care of all your travel needs. Earning the distinction of being an earmarked agency specializing in Disney destinations, as well as becoming one of the first to be named a U Preferred agency with Universal Parks and Resorts Vacations. Mouse Muggle Travel Company will ensure you receive top-rate customized service. Just visit mousemuggle.com to fill out a non-obligation quote request, or send your request to info@mouseandmuggle.com. Their team can take care of you no matter where in the world you go. With a flick of their wand and a little bit of pixie dust, the process will be so seamless, some might even say it's simply magical.
Welcome back, and we are episode 401. Can't believe we're that far in. So, right, back on episode 398, we debated which Universal Orlando park was better. It's obvious. We voted on different elements, and overall we voted Universal Studios Florida as a winner. Wait, what?
Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
No, well, that's what it was.
And the vote of 4-3 over Iowa. Excuse me.
Blame Gillian, Darren, and Chris.
Well, I demand a recount.
It's all there.
Well,
anyway,
I'm not happy. So, yes, we put out to our listeners on Facebook, Instagram, and the Producers Club, and here are the results.
Yes, for rides, with a vote of 75% to 25% due to the absence of Back to the Future, the winner was Islands of Adventure.
Yep, and for food and drink, with a vote of 73% to 27%, the winner was Universal Studios Florida.
For park music, with a vote of 86% to 14%, the winner was Islands of Adventure.
And for shows, with a vote of 77% to 23%, the winner was Universal Studios Florida.
None of these are particularly close, are they? For theming, and I'm surprised this one as close as it is, with a vote of 65% to 35%, the winner was Islands of Adventure.
Mm-hmm. For character meets, with a vote of 56% to 44%, the winner was Universal Studios Florida.
So at that point, the listeners voted the same as we did.
Mm-hmm. So for those of you who have been keeping count, you will see that at this point we have a tie. So, like on the podcast, it came down to the park icon. With a vote of 78% to 22%, and I disown you all, apart from 22% of you. The winner was Universal Studios Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yes, that makes Universal Studios Florida not only the podcast voted best park, but also the listener voted best park. I'm going to go cry in the corner now.
Yeah. Can't argue it now, can we?
No, it is the original and classic and...
The one we spend the most amount of time in. Even though, yeah, it's like I say, I know that Spider-Man is the best ride, but I prefer Transformers. It's kind of the same thing. I know Islands is the best park, but I prefer Studios.
You're wrong.
For the most part.
No, you're wrong. Why do we actually stick together when we get over there? I could just go off by myself. I don't know. Right, now we have no Which Loo Gets Your Poo, which, with everything going on, it's quite wise. Don't share toilets, people. Recordings. Yes, we have no Which Loo Gets Your Poo recordings. I cut myself off in the middle there. So if you have a favourite bathroom at Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios Florida, record as a message letting us know which one it is and why, and send it to podcast@uuopodcasts.com.
Yes, and the Orange County Economic Recovery Task Force met last week to put in place preliminary guidelines and mandates for the opening of the theme parks. There were guidelines set out for the smaller parks. These are the ones set out for Disney and Universal. So first of all, let's look at the guidelines and mandates set out for hotels.
Before we get into this, I assume these are what is going to be put in place.
I would assume.
I mean, these are the minimal.
Yeah, but these will happen is what I'm gathering from all of this.
Like at least this.
Yes.
At least, yeah. It's probably like a living document that's going to change as it kind of progresses.
Yeah. So for phase 1, which is these phases are supposedly 2-week periods.
Okay.
So we'll see how that actually goes. But yeah, that's the assumption. So housekeeping services to be limited and allow for minimal guest and employee exposure.
Yep.
Promote, if available, mobile check-in.
Yep.
Housekeeping services only clean upon request or when guests depart.
Yep.
I think that should be a standard thing anyway.
Yeah. Allow employees to work from home if not playing a critical role in serving guests.
See, that's an interesting one to jump in there. What employees are working at the parks that can work from home when the parks are open?
Concierge.
Yeah,
I suppose. Really?
Of course they can. It's by phone.
I suppose.
They can have a dedicated phone and they can book things from wherever they are. We do have internet and technology nowadays.
Do like FaceTime really as well, couldn't you?
Yeah. Expand out their Aventura bots, the robots to the different parks if possible. Have them interacting and giving guest stuff. Actually, it would not be bad.
No.
Only deliver room service to guest doors. That should be obvious, I think. Provide self-parking.
They do already, don't they? I've never used valet parking at the hotels.
Yeah, I mean they
mean continue valet service.
Maybe it's
and get rid of it altogether.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully. Promote social distancing for all guests and staff.
Yes, please.
Recommended touchless sanitizer at entry.
Mm-hmm.
Increase cleaning services, additional sanitation services through cleaning companies.
Yep.
And then also in phase 1 and 2, staff who are 65 plus are encouraged to stay home. So
that all seems kind of obvious, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. So those are guidelines. Those aren't mandates.
Okay. So they're ones that they've put. So from what I'm gathering, they're stuff that they said we would like you to do this, but they don't have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we move into the mandates, which are all employees are required to wear face masks.
Yep.
Hand sanitizer at entry to be in plain visible sight. Temperature checks for staff prior to shift. Temperature above 100.4 must not enter premises.
Mm-hmm.
All employees with flu-like symptoms advised to stay home.
Yep.
Do that
Front
forever.
Yeah.
Front desk to sanitize themselves on a regular basis. Consistent cleaning of all guest areas. Front desk to utilize sneeze guards.
Yep.
We're already seeing those go up everywhere pretty much. So.
Yeah.
Remove all service items in guest rooms to include glassware, coffee cups, etc.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting one, though. Like a lot of people like those, I suppose.
Well, they don't have to do a lot of places use single serve plastic cups that are wrapped in plastic anyways. I mean,
or even just use like the sort of cardboardy.
Yeah, but also you have Keurig machines and stuff like that. I mean, I don't like using them now anymore after what I read. But instead of that, maybe every guest gets a free coffee from the coffee shop every day.
That's a good point.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you know, 1 or 2, you get,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mini bars not to be stocked.
Well, that's good. That saves people money.
Yeah.
The people that think it's free and just drink it and then go, oh crap, that was a $600
Bottle
tiny
of water.
little bottle of something.
This one's weird. I don't quite get it. Do not offer self-food services.
I think
Does that
it
mean
means like
self-service
self-serve.
Like when you pick up a pizza from a little open area.
So like things.
Gotcha.
So for example, for Christopher, when he goes to the Bayliner Diner and the pastries, you will not be able to get one yourself.
I mean,
No
I
bus
can't
sandwich.
lick them and put them back.
No, Chris.
How are you supposed to tell if you like them?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Tracy.
Yeah. It's obvious.
Right? Space pool furniture according to distancing guidelines.
Sorry,
You said space pool furniture. What?
I was just like, what? Space
pool furniture.
Yeah, I like
I was just like, what the? Okay. I've been
I want
indoors
space
too
pool
much.
furniture everywhere.
Yeah, no, I think that should be. I don't want to be sat next to somebody else's sweaty body.
Yes.
Not even my
Well,
own.
as you were saying, like families being able to sit together. Like,
Yeah, that's
so,
different.
and I was also thinking about that about the lines as well. Your markers can't be 6 feet apart on the ground if you're accounting for that.
Yeah,
no,
because
it's true.
yeah, you're gonna have your family filling in that space.
Then maybe they will have family areas.
Wow.
Maybe they have to go in all the pool areas and mark off areas specifically for groups of 3, 4, or 5, and then space them out.
All families must be marked with the same letter armband.
Yeah.
And maybe every family gets issued with a 6-foot-long pointy stick.
It is a logistical nightmare, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, of course.
Pool gates and pool chairs to be sanitized regularly because they weren't before. So
That's the way you look
Surprise,
at certain
surprise.
things, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Of course I would.
door handles, elevator buttons, and railings to be sanitized regularly.
Yeah.
Please.
Remove all coffee makers
Yeah.
from guest rooms. So there goes your Keurig.
Yeah.
Remove all guest collateral items except for those that are single use.
There you go.
No coat hangers.
Wait, the toothbrushes are gone?
Oh, yeah.
You realise that
No
they were
coat-
left by the
the
previous
communal
people.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hair dryers? Does that mean they're all gone too?
Probably.
I don't know. It's weird. What does that mean? Guess
So does
Yeah, it's
so
not
does
a
this mean
single-use
that
item.
all faucets and toilets are going to be touch free?
they
Shower
are.
curtains must be replaced every time.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's,
Hangers.
Yep.
TVs.
Drawers.
Mattresses.
Be all open cabinet.
Like the one that bothers me the most is pillows.
Yep. Mattresses and pillows. Curtains.
yeah, because just because it's got a pillowcase on
man.
it doesn't mean.
The mattress I can deal with. It's the pillow where my
I haven't
mouth
even
is on.
thought
yes,
of that.
that's a good point,
Yeah.
Chris.
You know that things come out of other ends as well, don't you, Chris?
Yeah, but it's not
Yeah, but my
transferable.
face
Is
isn't
it?
going on that. my face is going on this pillow where somebody else drooled, sneezed, coughed, and
Yeah.
which has happened forever. That's
that rum punch,
that's a general gross thing, not just COVID.
After that rum punch, you fall where you fall.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, true.
A hint of Hawaiian punch.
Sanitize guest keys before and after each use.
Well, at the Universal hotels, that's irrelevant because they're not
You take with you,
single
don't you?
use
So,
anyway, are
yeah.
they?
Yeah. Sanitize bell carts
yeah,
after
sorry.
each use. Yes.
Yep.
And also in phase 1 and 2, no conferences to be held.
Please lift that before November next year. Please lift that before November next year.
Socially distanced podcast meet.
UUOP, the socially distant weekender.
Can you imagine trying to work out the square footage you need? How many people are coming? Oh, minimum of 60, right? We need 6 foot radius for each person. You're
We'll
going
need
to
the
need...
Orlando Convention Center.
Yeah. Just going to need a field.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hotel overall thing,
Yeah.
isn't it? So, but obviously, Universal will be slightly different because, like we say, they don't offer. They already offer self parking, and the room keys are a one use thing anyway. So.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Right. Stepping into the theme parks, let's look at the guidelines and mandates for the restaurants first. So the guidelines: paper and disposable menus.
Yep.
That's great. Or another suggestion:
Mobile.
well, yes,
Mobile
mobile
menus.
or screens.
Yep.
Because let's face it, that's easy then to change. If the
Depends,
menus change, if the
yeah, but
prices
you've
change,
got to
that's
look
easy
at
to...
something like a City Walk restaurant, a Vivo, a Toothsome, Cowfish, Big Fire. You're not going to want to slap gaudy screens up in there.
Cafe 80s showed everyone how to do this.
Just an idea.
Darren's dreams coming closer.
The pork, chicken, or beef.
Are you saying to give like handhelds to everybody? Is that what you're
That's
saying?
what I'm
They said instead of having like Toothsome, you look at the Toothsome menus like that,
that was
massive,
gross and
huge book.
sticky and horrible.
So effectively, we'll get rid of that, and it will be paper and like
Well, that's
paper
not very
disposable
green.
menus. It's not.
I know it's
you're not
not.
going to have to be green.
But also, the virus will stick to paper.
Yeah, but then they
So,
can
yeah,
bin
but-
it. Is the
Yes,
thing?
but if it's in a stack and somebody walks past and sneezes on the stack, you're passing it round.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, but if you use like a Kindle Fire or something, you can wipe that down a lot easier.
You need fire.
And the old ones are cheap.
Yep.
Just saying. Like, that's like a handheld menu option that would be pretty cheap to do.
Or tell people just to get the mobile phones out for once.
Yeah.
Encourage takeout and online orders.
Yeah, I think you're going to see mobile ordering come into theme parks in a
Definitely.
big way after this.
Mm-hmm.
Touchless sanitizer entry. I advocate that anyway. Phase 1 and 2, staff who are 65 plus are encouraged to stay home.
But again, don't forget they're guidelines, not mandates.
Oh yeah, they're kind of, I know. Right, mandates then. Hand sanitizer at every table. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hand sanitizer entry to be in plain visible sight.
Mhm.
All employees required to wear face masks.
Yep.
Temperature checks for staff prior to shift, as before.
Mhm.
All employees with flu-like symptoms advised to stay home forever.
I love how that's become a thing already.
Doors wiped regularly, should be anyway. All staff behind counters must wear gloves except bartenders.
How does that work? Why don't bartenders have to use them?
Their hands will slip.
Probably yes.
Rubber gloves.
Well, anyway. Bartenders sanitize hands after making each drink order.
Fair enough.
Just hope the rim of your glass doesn't taste of hand sanitizer because that wouldn't be pleasant. Seated tables to be 6 feet apart.
Fair
Is
enough.
that 6 feet with the chairs pushed out for people getting up and down?
They will be.
Phase 1, limit restaurant and bar capacity to 50%. Phase 2, limit restaurant and bar capacity to 75%.
Yeah.
Again, all seems pretty standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've added a nice amaretto to offset the sanitizer.
You gotta think if these are the mandates, though, you don't think they're gonna at least go by that percentage of reduced capacity in the park
Probably.
during those phases?
They'll have
Probably.
to.
Because if you limit restaurants, right, you're limiting everything else. You gotta kind of cut it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more, but
Keep going.
Oh, yeah.
all right. Finally, we will take a look at the guidelines and mandates they have set out for the theme parks. So these are the guidelines. Tape marking of 6 feet apart in rides, attraction queues. Staff to regularly wipe down surfaces at random.
No, thank you.
What? I don't understand
Every
that.
time.
How do you regularly wipe something down
At
at random?
Yeah.
I don't
That's-
understand that phrase.
Mhm.
Nope, I want that done every time.
That's an oxymoron, I think, at its best.
Yeah.
Someone's a moron.
phase 1 and 2, staff who are 65 and over are encouraged to stay home.
Yeah, forever.
Now going over to mandates, all employees required to wear face masks.
Yep.
Touchless hand sanitizers at each ticketing, entry, and turnstiles.
Yep.
Touchless hand sanitizers at each ride attraction, entry, and exit.
Yep.
Temperature checks for staffs prior to shift. Temperature above 100.4 must not enter premises. Wipe down of all railings and surfaces regularly.
Yep.
Yes. Phase 1, 50% capacity. Phase 2, 75% capacity. And I don't like how they did not mandate the flu-like symptoms here.
No.
No.
Maybe it's just being omitted by accident.
I thought it was also interesting that the touchless hand sanitizer each ticketing, entry, and turnstile. So looking at how Universal works, that's not in the hub where the security is where I would expect it to be.
And if you also notice, there's no mandates on the guests, like at all.
Yes.
Guess, what do you mean?
Like it's all
there's
employees.
No mandates other than the temperature. Like the guest is not required to
okay.
do anything at this point.
No,
It
that
says
temperature
employees
thing
are
just
required
says
to wear
staff.
masks.
That still says staff for the temperatures, Darren.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
My concern with the touchless hand sanitizer is it running out, and how quickly are they going to replenish that?
Yeah, they're gonna have to. Well, I think if you remember back to the last little things that Seth did, he said there was like hand sanitizer stations all around Islands of Adventure, and they were all empty when he went.
They're going to have people manning them to make sure that people don't just walk past as well.
Or steal them.
Yeah.
Well, you saw the size of the Purell one outside of Today Cafe. If someone could steal that...
I didn't, actually.
It's massive. Yeah, no. Anyway.
Yeah, but then so again, I've had this conversation with a few people this week. This is where that survey Universal put in the other day was. So they know these are the guidelines and these are the mandates, the things that they know they have to put into place. So now by doing that survey, they have found out what people want putting into place. So they'll go, right, this is what we have to do. Now, to get people comfortable coming back to the parks, like we've done with our listeners today, these are the things that 75% of our guests want putting in place to make them comfortable. So they will be, that's the minimum we need to do. Then we need to add, realistically, we're going to add this, that, and the other, and to make the guests feel comfortable on top of what we've been told we have to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that is sufficient. We'll see.
We'll see. Like Chris said, I think it's a rolling thing, and I think you'll see it added to as time goes on. Because again, not being able to test it, it's going to be a learning curve, and it's going to be a steep one.
Yeah.
I can say, like, right off the bat, this is not cool for me.
Okay.
About the guests not wearing masks.
No.
Like that's just a non-starter for me right there. Like, nope.
No, I agree.
Yes. It reeks of not wanting to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah. And you know what? Tough.
Yeah.
Because I'd be more upset if one of my family members or myself gets sick because somebody wasn't wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I'll leave you with a final bit that just because the parks are open doesn't mean you have to go.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. I think they're going to see some reduced capacity on its own.
Yeah.
And then you'll probably start seeing some surveys going, hey, what can we do to get you to come?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, make everybody wear a damn mask.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, one last little bit of news. On their earnings call last Thursday, Universal told executives that the construction of Epic Universe was to be delayed by a year due to COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
They did not say that it would affect the opening date, which was never officially set, but was mentioned as being sometime in 2023, so you could expect 2024. Possibly.
Maybe it depends. We know what Universal are like and how quickly they get to it. They could double their efforts and get it going, but who knows?
Also, I've heard possibilities of some cuts as well.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did somewhere as well. I can't think where.
I hope not, but we will see.
Yeah, changes are. I don't think it was cuts, it was changes. But
we will see.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Interesting show.
Very. Yeah. I think again, like I said, it's a fascinating time to be in to see how this all plays out. It's scary, but I think it's interesting looking at it from afar just to see how it does all play out. And I hope at the end of the day, it does turn out to be safe and that nothing does, that this doesn't hit the fan.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, because we don't want anybody to get ill or anything like that.
I'm sure they know what they're doing. I'm sure Universal aren't going to be stupid. I'm sure Disney aren't going to be stupid.
I'm sure they're all being very cautious.
I have no doubt. And like I think it was Darren said earlier, you know, I can never remember who says anything, but basically you don't want to be the first park that opens up and someone gets ill because of it, because that's not going to...
Yeah, it's the PR alone. It's
going to cripple you. So
yeah,
I'm sure they're going to be...
really care, like Darren says, but you know, the other parks do.
I'm sure they're going to be very, very cautious.
And the thing is, in the weeks after they open up anyway, every day is going to be different because they're going to evolve overnight. You've got to take what they've learned during the day and adapt and change, and the guest has to roll with that. The guest has to be flexible. Because just because something happened one day doesn't mean it's going to happen the next.
So then the biggest thing that these theme parks need to do once they're open is make sure that the information they're getting out there is plain, transparent, and everywhere to their guests.
Yeah, I was going to say, it'll spoil sight lines, signs up everywhere.
They need to communicate with their guests as much as possible.
In multiple languages.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In multiple languages. So, yes.
It will definitely evolve, you know.
Absolutely.
You got to put something in there for the giant murder hornets that are coming now. So.
They're massive, them things, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So, I was sure this has been some sort of nuclear thing.
No, it's the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
It's like, they're getting away, no one's dying, send in the murder hornets.
It's brilliant.
Stage 4 of Jumanji.
Yeah. Right, it's just before I wrap up the show, I do have something to say.
Oh.
So don't cut this out.
It's
not for any of you lot, actually. It's for a listener.
Surprise Tripoli. You're ready.
She's sending me out to be the first guinea pig.
Yeah. With no mask.
We want you to be the test to see what happens to someone that takes no precautions.
So yes, just very quickly. Hello, Katie. I will be on Instagram to play soon.
All right.
Yes, we're chatting a lot. Anyway, we are going to wrap up the show, so thank you for listening to all of that with us.
We hope it hasn't depressed you too much.
And you haven't shouted at us or anybody else too much. See what you agree with, see what you don't. See what your thoughts are as well.
Yeah.
Get on the forums and...
What forums?
Well, I know it's like old school talk, but
Get on the
I'm
forums.
Old. Get on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and start a discussion about it. Let's talk about it, you know.
Add me and Darren on Friendster.
We need to get on Discord, because I don't really know what this Discord thing is, but it seems to be all the rage at the moment.
Is it like MySpace?
Join Chris's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I like
There's
MySpace.
a new exclusive setup today I put up.
So, right, we will end the show with another Universal is, and this one is from Jeff Royds. So if you want to be involved, just send us your answer to what Universal is in 3 words or less and send it to podcast@uuopodcast.com.
We've got about 100,000 at the moment, by the way.
And Jeff says Universal is cleaner than ever. See you next week.
Guess that wraps things up for another unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. You guys did all right. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest, keyword UUO Podcast. Listen and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, or anywhere podcasts are found. You can find our blog at uuopodcast.com. Send us your spews, which Lou gets your poo recordings, questions, or comments to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Check out our friends the Theme Park Duo and our awesome sponsors Mouse and Muggle Travel Company. So, until next time, don't give up your day job, say cheese, and see you later.